Since it has been requested, I am making a tutorial for the advanced brush tool that I showed off in a recent video. This is for Minecraft Bedrock, and it is relatively simple. The first thing you're going to want to do is make a box out of glass to spawn a bat in. You're going to want to name the bat Ray. You can either do that with a summon command or with a name tag. After that, what you want to do is place down a repeating command block to kill all of the sand items that drop. This is really important because if you don't do it, it'll start to lag a lot. Alternatively, you can change the game rule tile drops to false, and that will also stop items from dropping from this. After that, you want to place down 2 more command blocks that give the bat resistance and invisibility. The invisibility isn't really necessary, but the resistance is, so the bat doesn't suffocate inside of the sand. It should be noted that you can use any entity, not just a bat. I chose a bat because it has a really small hitbox, and it means it can fit into really tight places. So moving on from the setup commands to the actual mechanism, what you're going to want to do is place down a total of 7 command blocks stacked upward, with the bottom one being repeat, and all the ones on top of it chain. And the settings are going to be always active and unconditional for all of them. So in the description of the video, you're going to see a list of commands labeled 1 through 7. 1 is going to be the bottom command, and 7 is going to be the top. And you work from the bottom up. The last step you're going to want to take is to build a structure to load in. And you're going to want to name it ball because that's what we named it in the code here that I've given in the description. To build it, you're going to need 3 items. You're going to need brick blocks, you're going to need structure voids, and you're going to need a structure block. If you want to have the same results that I had on my demonstration videos, then you're going to want to set up the structure block the same way. So the size for the structure block is going to be 7 in the X, 4 in the Y, and 7 in the Z. And the offset is going to be -3 in the X, 1 in the Y, and -3 in the Z. At this point, I'm just going to fly around to show you what it looks like. For me, I kind of built like an upside down cone made of bricks, and that's all it is. But the important thing to note is that any block that is filled with air needs to be replaced with a structure void. Otherwise, you're going to be making holes in whatever you're trying to build in. And the shape is actually important, and this shape has been the best so far for me, but you can use whatever shape you want. You just won't get the same results, and in my opinion, there'll be worse results. At this point, all you need to do is click save on the structure block and then give yourself the tag brush, at which point if you pull out a fishing rod and activate it, it should just start placing sand wherever you were looking. At this point, we're going to move on to the rambly and explainy portions of this video, where I actually tell you how all this stuff works, and also how to use it effectively. So just to clarify, the brush tool only activates when you click the fishing rod, and it will only activate once every time you click it. You can hold it down, and it will just continue placing sand until you let go. After that, I'm going to go through with you. Sorry, it's going to get a little bit quieter because I'm setting the phone down on my lap. So starting with the command block on the bottom, the repeat command block, all this one is doing is stopping the bat from flying around. It just teleports itself to stop it from moving. The second command block, what it's doing is it's activating if there's a fishing hook nearby, which is the name of that entity that uses that the fishing rod creates, rather, when it spawns in, right, or when you activate it. It's using that, and if that's nearby, it teleports the bat to you and makes it face the direction you're facing. Alright, so the third command block at the top is doing something a little bit more fancy, but basically it's running 100 teleport commands, which is a little ridiculous, but that's what it's doing. It's running 100 teleport commands, and it's telling the Ray, or the bat, to face the direction it's currently facing and teleport 0.75 blocks in that direction. And it's telling it to do that 100 times. And because I have this boolean at the end set to true, it stops when it hits a wall. So that's how it's actually casting out the Ray. I would like to do this a better way, but the problem is when you're shooting at something that's kind of hollow, this could easily just make it go all the way through if you tried to have like bigger step sizes to increase efficiency. So the range of this thing is about 75 blocks because of that, which is more than enough. Let's see here. The fourth command block, that is whenever the ray has finished moving forward, whenever the bat has finished moving forward, it will just place the structure block, the structure in the structure block that you made earlier, wherever the bat is, right? And it has an offset that's proportional to the size of the structure. So because the structure has the dimensions of, let me see what I actually wrote here. It has 7 in 2 directions. It needs to be 3. If you make your structure bigger, you need to make the offset bigger so that it actually is centered. Now, the next 2 command blocks, just pop it in from editing to say I never actually told you what these guys do. So the 5th and 6th command blocks, they replace the bricks from the structure block with sand. The only reason I did that is because I wanted to use a structure block, and you can't place sand on top of structure voids. They'll just fall right through. So I had to make it out of something and then turn it into sand. If you use a clone command, though, I'm pretty sure you could theoretically use sand, but I wanted to use a structure block, so that's why it's like that. One of these actually isn't necessary, and I only have it here because I'm playing on a super flat world for this demonstration, and if I don't have it here, then it doesn't actually work when it's really low to the ground like that. And I wanted to be safe and have it be as reliable as possible. So let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th command block is only necessary if you're playing on a super flat world, and even then it's not really necessary, it's just kind of useful. And then the last one just kills the fishing rod hook. So to break it down again, it's the bat gets teleported to you, facing the direction you're facing, then it gets told to teleport 100 blocks forward, 1 block at a time, until it hits a wall, and then it loads the structure, and then it replaces the bricks in the structure with sand, and then the sand falls and creates the structure that you wanted to build. If anyone is interested, I could go in make a video that's even like deeper of an explanation than I've given here, and that goes through like why I made each decision in the process of designing this, or like all the tricks I've learned, and like I don't know, I've used it for about 2 hours now since I've designed it. And you can actually see it in the background of the video, or like probably some B-roll with me building with it. And it was pretty fun. It was very versatile, but there was a whole bunch of tricks that I learned while using it that are kind of interesting or important that I'm just not going to get to here because I don't want this video to be over like 2 hours long. So I could make a video going over those in the future, but until then, goodbye. The video is now ending. See you later. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I could use having more than 300 subscribers for my ego.